Good morning and happy Saturday. Wow, it's wonderful to have you along with us today. It's going to be a fantastic day. We're going to have a fun day of crafty inspiration. So we're going to have a lovely day. First of all, we're going to start, I have to check this, I got this right. We're going to do play your crafts right first, which is what you'd expect on a Saturday morning. We're then going to have a masterclass, and my crafty partner in crime today is our Michelle, and she has produced, as you would expect, the most amazing craft along for us to do tonight at 6 p.m. in the UK time. So that'll be, where are we, 1 p.m. On the East Coast, or 10 a.m. Pacific time. So if you want fun with a brilliant craft along, then you need to tune in. That's all with the 12 days of Christmas. So let's go and say hello to our Michelle and see if you're ready for the day ahead. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning. You've got a lovely craft along, haven't you? I'd expect nothing less. I'd expect nothing less.
It's not only, I mean, I love my craft along, but what makes it better is there's chocolate in there.
I've already spied it.
We've spied it. We're taking that home to watch Strictly with it tonight, aren't we? But I'll show you about my craft along. So this is the 12 days of Christmas. So these are our shadow box dies that I've used for the lid. So if I turn it around, you can see that I've used our shadow box dies to create the lid and the base. I've got some beautiful acetate satin in it. So very simple to put together. And then this is my little box. So this is a little sort of a jewellery box, clasp, hook and loop, whatever, or hook and lock, whatever you want to sort of call them, but you can find those everywhere. And then just opening it out, obviously you've got two little pockets for some chocolate. You could be creating this as an album, anything like that. But I can't do that backwards. There we go. Locks back up. And then just pops back in, being very careful of my bow on the front. And then you just pop that back on top, and you've got a lovely little, you've got a display case and an album. So it's like a dual craft along today.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. What I love about that is people can take that as far as they want. Yes. They could make the inner on its own. You could potentially make the outer if you've got something you want to display, or you could put both bits together and make that a lovely project. And yes, the chocolate's going home with us tonight because we're in the house. So, as I said, we're doing Play Your Crafts Out this morning. We've got a game. We don't really know what the game is. We think it's something to do with films, but after that, we're not totally sure. So that's going to be exciting for all of us. But we've got our lovely Grace on the socials. We have got Dean and Charlotte in the gallery, and we've got James on the floor today. I was expecting to see our Jake, but it's not. It's our James. So it's going to be a good day all round. Yeah, I think Grace is just with us for the first show. Sandra Dundas is in this morning, so is Tim C from a beautiful Nottinghamshire. Ben McCarthy's in, your Ben's here ready and waiting, watching. Bless. Suzanne Dawn's in, good crafty morning everyone. Margaret Frischner is in, happy Saturday crafties. Lois from Ohio. Teresa from San Diego, California. Lynn Harvey says, hi Corrine, Michelle, the amazing CTV team, the wonderful social superstar, and everyone. I hope everyone is well and enjoying their day. Yes, it's a lovely day. I can't believe it's got to 11 o'clock already this morning. And Brenda Tatchell says, good morning, crafty friends. If you're in, then please come along, say hello on the socials. Our Grace will pass your comments through and we can read them out. Now, we've got a demo to do first, and then we're going to get on with the first game. So, but I thought I'd show you, we've got some amazing deals, lots and lots of deals on the website. So I'm not doing this one, Dean? I'm doing this one, right. We're going to show everyone what we've got. I'll show you how it works, and hopefully the deal will appear on the website as we go through the show. So this is our Baroque borders. It's just a selection of the Baroque borders that we've had in the past. So you are going to get Taliance, which is gorgeous. Now these are a 2-die set, and what you'll notice is this die here is the same shape as there, so it allows you to do all the cutting absolutely perfectly, and you've got this lovely detail, and then it'll cut out the matte layer. So that is our Taliance, and then we've got our Dijon. I love that. Look at this. Can you see how you can cut into these, make lovely corner dies. You can make so many other little shapes and cutouts from these, and you can get lots and lots of detail from these. So, Michelle, you're going to make a beautiful project with this one, aren't you?
I'm going to attempt to, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So I'm going to use the Dijon because I can say that so much easier than the other one. So you've got those 2 dies in here. See what? It's 5 minutes and 50 seconds into it and Charlotte's already telling me off. Do you know what? I never have my glass mat in the correct place, so that's all right. Dijon, you've got those 2 beautiful dies. You've got this one that sort of, it's going to cut on the edge of your project, however it is you're making it. And then this one, you don't have to use with this project. It is just a beautiful sort of decorative element that you can use with this or without, entirely up to you. I love the fact that you've got lots of different options from using them together or separately. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to create is we're going to do a double Z fold, and I've got my smaller piece for that Z fold here. So it is 2.5 inches by 10. I've scored it in half, and then I've scored that half in half again, and we're going to just pop this one on. Let me just get my low tack tape, because we're going to tape this in place. We don't want it to move. So let's just judge. So what I'm going to do is I'm doing this by eye. If you need to measure it, then absolutely do that. I'm just putting it as far up to the top as it's going to go. So that's going to sort of sit right at the top. And then I'm just judging that those 2 sides are sort of equally distanced from the top. Ooh, let me open my machine and bring my plates in.
Our Grace is saying, why is this die called Dijon? Now, all of these dies, Dijon Taliance, there was a couple of others as well when they originally came out, all areas in France. All areas in France.
Oh, is that an area?
Yeah, Chambon, yeah, places in France.
I knew some of the others were, but I didn't...
Yeah. Dijon definitely is.
Yeah, I just think of the mustard. Yeah.
I think that's what our Grace mainly thought, you know.
Yeah.
She was expecting to see good old, you know, whole grain next, or, you know, English mustard, French mustard, but no, Dijon. Obviously, Dijon is a French mustard.
Of course, yeah.
It's come from the area Dijon in France.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Grace, I hope that answers that one for you.
and
she said, oh my God, why did I think of mustard? Because Dijon is mustard, she says.
It's, I love a good Dijon mustard.
I actually bought Dijon mustard yesterday.
Did you?
That's a small world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, it's just the nicest, isn't it? Compared to some of the others. It's good Dijon mustard with some pork chops.
Ooh. Ooh. That's a different thought after you've just had a little bit of granola for your breakfast with a few strawberries.
Pork chops and Dijon mustard. Right, so you can see that it's coming away lovely. I'm not going to trim it. I can trim it away now or trim it away after. It doesn't really matter, because I'm going to use that to join up and then go across the rest of the bit.
Ah, yes. It's like a continual die, isn't it? A continual border, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And tape that back down and run it back through.
So, yeah, so you can make it almost as long as you want just by linking them up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so if you've got a big project, an 8x8 or anything like that, you can carry that on. So if it's a box lid, you can carry it on all round the sides. You've got that ability to do that.
I think I've seen that round the base of a box lid, you know, the lip of a box lid.
Yeah.
And it does look really stunning.
It does, it looks absolutely lovely. It's a nice, simple die, and you think to yourself, well, what can I do with that? It's just that, but actually, I think when you look at a die and it's nice and simple like this, there is so much more you can do with those. You're not limited by the size of the die.
Exactly.
There we go. Let me just trim that little bit away. And then you can see how it carried on beautifully. I mean, mine's going to be that lovely Z fold. Mm-hmm. But if that was around the sides of a big box or on a really big card. You can see how it carries on beautifully.
And it's nice that it's symmetrical so that when you fold it back under itself, you don't actually see the other bit, do you? Because it hides it, it just all blends underneath.
Absolutely. So this is my card. Oh, see, that's why I always lose my gems. They're always stuck to the bottom of something. So it's going to create a 5x5 card when it's finished. I've got some lovely card and paper already matte and layered up.
Oh, that's nice. That pops with the black, doesn't it?
It really does. Now, I think, is it the Say It With Flowers? It might be. I've started writing things down so I know what paper I've used, but what I forgot to do is say which of my projects it goes with.
Right.
So I've just wrote Say It With Flowers down, and it could be this one, it could be another one. It's going to be a nice surprise. I think someone in the comments will definitely be able to tell us. But I just think it pops beautifully with that black underneath.
We were talking all things paper pads last night, weren't we?
Oh, yes.
That's something coming up. Very exciting.
We have got something amazing coming up.
All to do with paper pads, yes.
Well, something. I know there was a sneaky peek on, was it QVC earlier this week, I think.
There?
Yeah. My weeks are running into one because I was here Monday, Tuesday. So I keep saying last week. So when I say last week, I actually mean Monday, Tuesday.
Right.
Sort of just run into one, don't they, really? Especially when we've been so busy. But yes, there was loads of tables out there. There was some exciting product on them. I don't know how I didn't shove it all up my jumper and run.
Only because your suitcase wasn't big enough.
No, it wasn't. It absolutely wasn't. Right, so to glue this on, I'm going to do Corrine's trick, which I never thought to do until I saw her doing it a little while ago. And I was like, why did I never think to do it like that? So I'm going to fold it in half. And when you fold this in half, obviously with that fold back folded, you've got exactly the right space for your glue. So you're going to glue all that. And then when you pop it on, it just fits absolutely magically. Rather than trying to glue that bit.
Only get it in the right bit and then that bit, yeah. I'm all for making life as easy as possible.
I just don't know why. I saw you doing it a little while ago and it was like a genius moment. That light bulb went off and I was like, oh my God, why did I never think to do that? So let's pop glue just on that bit right up to there. We know we're getting it exactly where we need it to be. And by folding it, you're not got bits floating in the air and you're not trying, it just makes life easy, doesn't it? So much easier. So just hold that down. Making sure I haven't glued. I need to make sure that I've not glued anything together, which I haven't. And then you can see you've got that perfect Z fold by doing that. And I've got that lovely, to be honest, I should have put this on before, but you've got this lovely decorative bit to pop on there as well, which I'm going to pop on now. So I'm going to bring my dotter in for this one. So you can see it comes together very easy and simple, but looks amazing when done. Trying not to glue my finger to it. Yeah, they're not too flimsy, are they, to be using your dotty tape pen? Because you know, and sometimes things are a little, they've got lots of filigree on. Yes. Your tape pen, dotty can be quite difficult. It can definitely, but these are not too bad, to be honest. So just sort of pop that middle bit down first, and then these two edge bits will just fall. I love it, just fits absolutely perfect. It looks so professional, doesn't it? It really does. It really does. So I'm going to pop this on. Even though I should have done it before, I can still pop it on, no problem. Matter. It's not too difficult, is it? It's not, no. It's because we were talking about food again. I get so distracted. I think every conversation I ever have either starts off or finishes off with food. Of some description. Yeah. So again, I'm going to pop that middle bit in, and then these outside two pieces just perfectly naturally fall together.
It's really pretty where they join.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, because I've popped that on, as I bring that up, I'm just going to use this just to allow that silver, or force that silver into that crease that's already there, without sort of worrying about putting a crease in the wrong place, and then it's going to lovely and naturally. So I just need to glue that little bit down, so I'm just going to pop a tiny little bit of glue under that bit there, because I want that bit to stay down. And then, there we go, that's a lot better. I've just got a couple of daisies we're going to pop on here. I've got my gems, which we discovered, and then just the very special wishes. So, that's going to go on a couple of foam pads.
Oh, you've got to have some foam pads for a bit of height and...
Yeah. I always like to have at least something on one of my cards. I think it looks a lot nicer when even if it's only your sentiment, that you pop on some foam pads. I just love those different heights on a card, rather than everything sort of being flat on there. Very special birthday wishes. All I've done is I've edged that with the Pink Tulip water reactive ink pad.
Oh yeah.
Just popped a little bit of ink around there. I've already got a foam pad on here, and I've used some nice flat ones. Again, it's just about all those different heights on your card. Then this one can go here, and then that's lastly my 3 gems. I'm going to pop them on there. 1. Oh, come on. 2.
Ooh, that's controversial. Going along the end, you see, I always go up and down. I never think to go that way. Works, but I'd never think.
Never think to do it, no. You lost your stick? Nope.
You need a bit of glue on the back.
I think it's still on there, I just can't get it. It's been a bit fiddly. There we go. 1, 2, 3. So that lovely double Z fold card is just really, I think, taken to the next level with that beautiful edgeable Dijon.
That is absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving that, and I love the effect that you can get from these dies. Now, folks, you've probably noticed that there isn't an L. Normally, you'd expect to see an L down here with all the details. We've got some gremlins this morning, and there aren't any L's in there. All the details of all the products that we normally show you on our Shop the Day have disappeared. Our Dean has messaged and seen what's happened. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it educational. We're just going to give you lots and lots of educational and hints and tips until they can get that fixed. So if you have any questions, I'm not promising we can rush off and get loads of different kits, but if we can help you, if you've got any questions, we're just going to open it out, make it crafty. If you've got any questions between Michelle and myself, there's the details. Get social with Crafters TV. We'll see what we can do, and we're going to make it all about the education this morning. And it's over to you. What do you need to know? So yeah, Michelle's just used our Baroque borders, and she's just used the Dijon, but we also have the Italians that works equally as well. So while you have a think and get your comments in, I'll tell you else who's here. Rachel Brown's in. Good morning, everyone. Zoe Carver says morning all. Lindsay Trevesky says good morning, everyone. I love Saturdays with Play Your Card. Crafts Right. She says Card Right's Craft Right. We're going to be playing that in a minute. Handcrafted by Gaz is loving your craft along, Michelle. Well, I hope you're going to tune in and maybe make it yourself, Gaz. We'd love to see that. Kim Rice says morning all. Oh, Jackie, you're very kind. Jackie Hill Russell says, Corrine, you both look beautiful. Well, that's very kind of you this morning. Robin M says, good morning from another rainy NJ, New Jersey. Oh, that's not good. Love my fave girls, Corrine and Michelle, says Lindsay Trevesky. Thank you. Robin M, it's my birthday today. Well, happy birthday, Robin. I wouldn't ask how old you are, that's personal, but whatever it is, I hope it's a good one. I hope you get lots of treats, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Kim Rice says, I have these dies, haven't used them yet. I think I need a house cleaner so I have more crafting time. I have a husband, it's just not working. I keep trying. I'm here for 3 days and I have left a list. And my view is, I don't mind what you do while I'm away for 3 days. Monday afternoon, just make sure it's all right for when I get back.
Yes.
I don't mind what's done on Saturday and Sunday. They can live in squalor so long as it's nice for when I get back.
Yeah.
Because I've had my mum to stay, so the house is pristine. Yeah, Colin thinks it was royalty coming, not my mum, but there we go. I made him paint the utility. I made him paint the bathroom. Made him paint the lobby by the utility, yeah. Just because my mum was coming to stay.
So he painted something then?
Yeah, we did eventually. It did take 6 weeks to get him started, but once he got it, he did very well. So yes, there we go. Yes, Kim, totally get that. We definitely need cleaners to give us more crafty time. Colleen Posardi says, morning, Michelle and Corrine, watching from Florida, having my first cup of coffee and then getting ready and driving over to Orlando to Disney World for a few days. Oh, Colleen, do you live in Florida or are you visiting? Questions. That just makes me, that's the first thing I think. Have you gone to Florida and then so that you can go to Orlando to Disney World, or do you live over there? Don't know. Just makes me curious. So there we go. So if you were here, that's what I'd be asking you. Anyway, we've got a quick break all about Crafters TV, I think. Oh no, Crafters TV, and we'll be right back with the game. The other side of this.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
what
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome! This is awesome!
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
The most amazing week lined up for you. All week we're focusing on how to get the most from all of the stuff that you've got in your stash. So every day we're going to be doing a fantastic Craft Your Stash show. Let's have a look at what we've got in store for you.
Hello, join me on Monday the 2nd of October to Craft Your Stash. We're going to be looking at all things bag making, including bag making dies and bag making templates.
Join me on Tuesday the 3rd for everything you need to know about sticky stuff. We're going to be doing a glue school and covering all of the different adhesives and why you need them in your stash.
Wednesday, you're going to be with me, and I've got an amazing box making 101 planned. So all you're going to need is some cardstock. Now, I find pearl card is easier to work with if you're getting started. You're going to need a scoring board, whether it's your big score, your score master, your ultimate, whatever it is. I want you to have scissors, your tape pen, and a guillotine. That's all you're going to need. Come with an open mind. I've got so much to show you.
Join me on the 5th for everything ink pad. If you've ever wondered, finesse alcohol, finesse waterproof, pigment, water reactive, shimmer, duet, quick dry, what does it all mean? I'm going to help you understand what all of the ink pads do and how you're going to craft them in your stash and make everything a perfect picture of colour. Join me on the 6th of October, where I'm going to give you a little 101 on our Gemini 2 die cutting and embossing machine. Also going to be covering our scoreboards. I'm going to be covering the enveloper, and of course a little talk around our fabulous Ultimate Pro and all the amazing things that does too. So I hope you can join me.
Hey guys, I'm so excited about this. Tune in, join in on the 7th of October, where I'm going to be showing you all things foil press. Maybe you want to see a little bit more information and detail as to how you use your foil press stamps. I'm going to show you. Maybe you want to use your Crafter's Companion wafer thin dies. I'm going to show you. Maybe you're going to be foiling your cardstock. I'm going to show you it all, and so much more. Come along, tune in, join in. If you've still got it in the box, I want you to get it out of the box. So tune in, join in. We're going to have some fun.
Hi guys, I'm just here to ask you to come and join me for my Craft Your Stash show. It'll be on Sunday the 8th of October at 3 p.m. This is what we're going to be making. I've got a gorgeous little explosion box. I'll just give you a quick peek now. Take the lid off. And of course, it wouldn't be a jam show if we didn't include some mixed media. So I have lots of mixed media products with me, including the stencils, the glitter paste, the gilding wax, the glitter glues, and together with our vintage snowman collection. So hope you can come along for the ride and join me.
So make sure you tune in from Monday the 2nd of October. Trust me, this is a week you are not going to want to miss.
It's going to be so exciting next week for the Craft Your Stash. I'm in next Saturday and Sunday with Craig doing his foil press and Jan doing hers as well. So it's going to be really, really exciting. This is all about that companionship in Crafter's Companion. It's about giving you back and maybe the products you've already bought and helping you to use them. Because as soon as we had somebody just saying that, that was Kim saying she'd bought those Baroque border dies but hadn't used them. So hopefully we're giving you inspiration and education on how to use all that stuff in your stash, because I'm sure you've got a bit. Yeah, saying about my mum coming over, she hasn't been for 4 years because of COVID. She lives in France and she couldn't come over. She was a bit shocked by my craft room because obviously I've had a slight change since she last came over, and my craft room is now Crafter's Companion, and she was like, oh my goodness me. She just stood in the middle and she was looking round and she was like, oh my goodness me, how much stuff have you got in here? And I was like, yes, Mum. This is what my craft room is like. This is what it's like. But yeah, we have so much stuff in your stash. So hopefully you're going to be able to learn get lots of inspiration on how to use them. Shadaya, she's laughing. She said, Corrine, you give your hobby 3 days. I give mine sometimes 2 weeks. And when I get back, you better have the place spick and span. But her son would give her the heads up about the chaos in the house before I get home. I don't care. I'm not there. They're all good. Sarah Brown says, oh, good, I'm in time for the game. Yes, we're about to do that. Lindsay, we'll have a look at your question. Brilliant. Love that. Lots and lots of things that Michelle and I can add to that. We'll do the game. I won't read it out, otherwise people will forget about it, and we'll come back to that in a minute. So, play your craft right. Are you ready?
Never.
Never, she says, never. It's like the blind leading the blind, isn't it? There we go. Now, I've got Facebook written on my board, so is that right? Am I Facebook? I'm Facebook there. There you go. And Michelle is YouTube. No, I didn't. I think whoever had this board last week, it's been on the shelf. And it was already on, so I didn't rub it off. Okay, so how this goes, if anybody's not seen it before, we're going to have 10 questions, 2 rounds of 5 questions, and Michelle and I are going to play against each other, and we're going to try for the points. We can both get the points if we both get it right, or we can neither get the points if neither of us get it right. And then whoever gets the most after the 10 questions, if you're on Facebook, I'm playing for you. If you're on YouTube, watching on YouTube, Michelle is playing for you. Now, you can get as many right. Doesn't matter, you can still be a winner, because at the end of the game, whoever wins, myself or Michelle, our Gracie is going to go onto that channel and she's going to pick 5 people who have commented. Our Grace won't know you're there if you don't comment, so please do lots of commenting between now and the end of the game. It doesn't have to be about the game, you can play along. Yeah, we'd love to see you to play along, see if you can get it right. Even if you get it wrong, you can still win, be one of the 5 winners. But Grace will only know you're there if you start commenting, so make sure you do. Now, we've heard this might be about films, is that right? Name Gemini 2 at the movies. Okay. Okay, so we've got to name the movie. Is there a theme to the movies? No. Gemini 2 in the movie. Okay. Okay, so you've got to guess the film that the Gemini 2 is making an appearance in.
Guest appearance.
That's all we know. Oh. Dean's a bit cruel. He says, I've got clues, but I'm not giving them to you because it's too easy. Okay, right. We'll be the judge of that. Number 1, name the movie. There we go. Who has put this together? Who's put this together? Do you know? Sam. Very funny. I love that.
He goes from
it's
really
clever how
hard.
they've done it, isn't it?
It is.
Right. Right.
That
Ready?
does not look like plutonium, whatever it is that he normally uses in his car.
Back to the Future. Can you imagine if the Gemini 2 had been in Back to the Future? Can you imagine? Bit of die cutting. Yeah, it would be the Gemini 12, wouldn't it?
Would, yeah.
Number 2. Oh,
It's a perfect colour for that movie.
it is, isn't it? I couldn't see it. I was looking,
It blends in well.
I was like, where is the Gemini 2? I might not know what this one is. There you go. Barbie. I hope they're going to get a little bit harder, otherwise we're going to be...
I always say I wish it was easier, but I'm just wishing it was a little bit harder now.
Right, next one. Oh, I've got my contacts on. I was like, I can't see the colours in that. I think... Oh, no. Yeah, it's a dinosaur. But I don't know the movie. There's 2. Oh.
Oh, there's a few.
It might be... Oh.
Dean's unusually happy that Corrine's struggling.
Now I've got to pin my colours to the mast. It's got to be the top one. Right, I'm going to scrub that out. I've gone Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I thought with the hat it might be Harrison Ford in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. It's Sam Neill though, isn't it?
It was logical. I couldn't see who it was. Oh, I haven't even cleaned my boards.
I love that. We all felt like that when we got our new Gemini 2.
It's so cleverly done though, isn't it? I have to admit. Sam has done this very well. How many, what are we up to? 5. I didn't know what question. Johnny Depp in... Thank you, got it. Yeah, it's a longer one, this one, isn't it?
I know.
Pirates of the Caribbean. That was, maybe they're going to get harder. Maybe they're going to get harder. We don't, they're not. Apparently, they're not going to get harder. Let's see. Everyone is loving this game. Oh, our Grace has not put through any comments at all. I'm guessing everybody is getting those totally right. So, yeah, so there we go. Right, now, I'm going to show you another set of dice. Oops, I've dropped half of them. That we have got on the show again today. Here we go. So this is our shaker card collection. Now, I love this. It's been done so well. I always say when you do this. So this is the cheers to you. So this is the mason jar. Now, you're going to get 2 die. Oops, down here. You're going to get the die for the outside and you get the die for the aperture. But when our Leanne and her team have done it, they have done it really well so that your shaker foam is going to fit perfectly around there. The last thing you want to be doing is cutting down the width of your shaker foam, because that just makes a mess, doesn't it, Michelle? I mean, so they've done it perfectly, haven't they? Whichever one you pick, you know you're going to be able to get your shaker foam in there. You've got shaker sequin dies, you've got all the accessories, and you've got the stamps as well. So this is the Cheers to You. We've also got the Born to Bloom, which is absolutely gorgeous. So again, you've got the perfect size all the way around here to run your foam tape. And again, you could either put your foam tape round the outside, or as we've done here, round each little petal so that the shaker elements stay in the right one. And if you wanted to, you could then put different coloured shaker elements in each one. So in this one, you've got like 6 little apertures. I love this. You've got your banner, you've got your sentiment. I love this leaf. This piece fits perfectly in the middle. All of the accessories you want, Born to Bloom. Then, and I think this one might be the one that Mama Michelle's about to use, because I did see this on her desk. Hello Beautiful. Again, the gorgeous butterfly. And again, as we've done here, you can put the foam tape down the middle so that the sequins stay in each side, or you could have them mingling about. Now, these are going to be perfect for toppers, or they can be actual card shapes as well. I've seen them as tentfold cards, easel cards. I'm going to show you some in a minute. What am I on about? I've got them all here. And this is your Eau de Parfum. I love this one because this one for me, oops, stamp's falling up. This one for me is perfect for you girls. Everything from 8 to 80, isn't it?
I
Works
think so,
so
definitely.
well. You've got that teen that's in that bit that wants to be grown up but not quite there. This one is going to work beautifully. So, as I mentioned to you, you can use them as toppers on your card. So we've just got a lovely... Oh, my stopper's gone. This did have a stopper on. It's disappeared. So you can have it as a topper on your card, or you can, look at this, as a card shape, and then we've cut it into a double easel just there. We can put that one just like that. I love a double easel. Then we've got it again as a topper on here, or on, what's this one? This one feels like oh no, it's a regular easel. I love that. That looks really effective. This Eau de Parfum, when you start to colour in all of the details, doesn't that look gorgeous? Or you can do I thought I'd made that one. That's one that I made. There we go. We can have that one on there with the mason jar. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, brilliant way to be bringing in all of your other sentiment dies and stamps as well. So everything just works so well together. So, am I right? Are you doing the butterfly?
I am.
I thought I saw that one on your table.
Hello, I love Hello Beautiful. I think it's just a lovely, lovely name. But yes, to say I don't like butterflies, it always tends to be the one from a collection that I pick. But it's because these ones are safe butterflies. There's no fear of being attacked by these butterflies, so we're okay. So yes, so the Hello Beautiful, you can pop it off. You can see you've got this main die, which I'm just going to pop off because I'm going to use that first.
Do you not like butterflies flopping around you?
No. No. Oh, God, no.
So you wouldn't be going through the hothouse at the...
No, because there's one in Leeds at Roundy Park and the Butterfly House. No, you know that picture we've just seen of Jurassic Park where he's got that flare and he's scaring the dinosaur away?
That's you with butterfly.
Me with butterfly.
You mean the butterfly that is 1/200th of the size of you? Yes.
Yes, but they're so unpredictable because they sort of flutter about. And it's like, where's it going to go? Where's it going to attack?
Where's it going to attack? Okay.
Honest to goodness, right? Ben's watching. So we went for a walk round, so down by the river where we live. And I said to him, every butterfly that comes near me, I'm going to take a picture. And I took about 50 pictures. There was no butterflies to be seen. But as I was walking along, they just appeared from nowhere. And he was laughing. I said, you have to back me up the next time I bring it up. You tell everyone that they attacked. And he was just laughing at me. But they just appear.
So it's a bit like cats always sit on the knee of the person that least likes cats.
Yes.
Butterflies do the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Butterflies, dragonflies, there's like these damoiselle ones down by the river. They're huge.
Yeah, you get big dragonflies.
Huge. Oh, no, and you can hear them coming. It's like a lawnmower coming before you can see it. But
Michelle.
Back to the safe.
You're too funny.
Right. So you can see that you've got obviously these two inside bits that you're going to use to create those two windows. But we're going to just use this one on its own first, because what we're going to do is I'm going to use it to cut into my acetate. Now, if I'm cutting into acetate, I'm always going to pop my metal shim on the bottom.
Oh, it makes such a difference, doesn't it?
A huge difference. I hear so many people saying that they struggle to cut acetate. If you do, always pop that metal shim, because you metal into your metal, it gives it such a clean edge.
And if you've bought a Gemini, whether it's the one or the two, you'll have got a metal shim anyway, won't you?
Yes.
It's not like we're asking you to go out and buy something extra.
That's it. That's what I love. Every plate that you are going to ever need for this is included when you buy this. You don't have to go buy plate A, plate B, this extender plate, this plate. They're all there for you. See, now it's given me a lovely indentation into that, but it absolutely really doesn't matter. Because if I pull it off, you can see that just by pulling it off, it has come straight out. No problems, no worries. Now, I must admit, I included my plastic shim and my magnetic.
I would.
I always do. Even though I've got an indentation, I feel if I take one of these out, I don't get enough pressure. But you have a bit of a play. Take one of these out first and then pop it through. I'm going to say if you take any out, it would be...
magnetic, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're magnetic. So try with just that one first, and if it's not enough, then pop that back in. And the fact that you've got that indentation, it really doesn't matter, because the next time you use it, you're going to flip it over. So that is one that I definitely flip and rotate religiously. Forget with all my other plates, but that one I never forget. So you can see that that's cut beautifully. So let me pop that to the side, because then I'm going to bring this in. And I'm going to pop that onto my plate. I'm going to tape this one down. And I'm going to bring in those window dies. So pop those off. And again, we're going to tape these into position, because we don't want them to move. And we're just going to judge it so I've got the same distance around both, or all the way round. And then pop that one in as well.
You could use your magnetic shim to hold them in place, couldn't you?
You absolutely could. You could use that. I think that's one of the main things that we use it for, but I don't know, I always tend to do it this way.
Yeah.
And then let's pop that through as well.
Now, these aren't multimedia dies, but I would feel they're a little bit thicker than your thinnest dies, aren't they?
They do feel a little bit thicker than a normal die. Whether they are or not, I don't know, but you're going to be able to cut through. So if you want to create your card base with these, because it's a nice sort of outside simple shape die, I feel that it cuts through a lot easier than an intricate one. It does feel a lot more substantial than a normal thin die.
Yeah, it just feels a little bit thicker to me. I don't know, I always think when I look at these that they just feel that little bit more.
It definitely does. Right, so I've got this cut out, I've got my sequins. If you've got our sequin dies, you can be creating your own sequins. Even if you don't have your sequin dies, we've included a few here for you.
Yeah.
So be cutting those out and popping those in. It's nice to mix a few of those through with some sequins. In fact, I've got some of that yellow. So let's show you, let's pop it through with those as well. And then we've got some sort of nice sequins and then our own made sequins as well. So let's just pop those on there and then we'll run that through.
Did it jump out?
We'll try it again. Let's pop that on there and then we'll run that through. Right. Right, so I'm just checking sure I've got all my bits.
You're going to do a mix of hand-cut sequins and pre-made sequins?
Yeah,
That looks nice.
Just mix and match them up. It just just something a little bit different, isn't it? So you can see. So even those smaller dies, they've cut through at least 2 pieces there. So just popping those off.
It's always useful to find card that's double-sided in colour, isn't it, when you're doing sequins?
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise,
doesn't look
like me.
yeah.
You then spend, otherwise you spend ages trying to make sure that they're all the right way round in your shaker so that you can't see the white backing or something.
Yeah. So what I've always said is if you've got that piece of single-sided paper that you desperately want to use, just ink the back up. So if it's a lovely yellowy coloured card or piece of paper that you want to use and it's got a white background or it's white on the back, just add a bit of ink. Then if some of them flip over, it's not too much of a stress. Right, so I've got those there. I'm going to pop those up here. And then I'm just going to bring in my card base. So this is that lovely Spring Fever 8x8 paper pads. No, I didn't remember. I've got it wrote next to me. There's some that I can remember. There's some that are just really obvious. And then there's just some, we've just got so many now. And they're all beautiful, so I've got them all, of course. It's just so hard to remember. So popping that on there. And then this one as well. And I'm using my Collal All-Purpose. And Leanne has got an amazing glue school coming up next week. If you saw that VT that we just showed you. As to which glue and why you do need them all. Right, so that's my base. So I've already got this cut out, just the main one in some of that matching lemon. I've got this cut out as well, so you saw me cut it out in the white. Because my top is on your paper, I wanted it to be a bit sturdier, so I've just cut it out in the white as well, and then I've got my acetate. So let's just pop that to the side because all we're going to do now is we're just going to glue these together. So I'm going to, with my Collal, we're going to pop this on to the white and then we will back it up with the acetate. So popping that on there. And because I've got that white under there, I could give it a little bit of a drop shadow if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but you absolutely could. And then this, because we've cut it out with the same dye, it's going to fit on there beautifully. I'm not going to use this. So I'm either going to use this or red liner. I'm going to use this because this is just absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
For sticking your acetate down. Because you're not going to see it, you don't need to worry about it sort of showing through because you're not going to see it from the other side, so it doesn't matter.
Shelley Skinner says she got one of the shaker card dies as a bonus with something that she bought, but she hasn't used it yet, so hopefully you're going to give her lots of inspiration on how to use it.
Hopefully. Because they're so easy to put together. It's such a shame for, and I love anything that creates a shaker die. I'm in my absolute element, I really am. So I'm going to glue that one down first. So again, using that Collal All-Purpose.
Straight or at an angle? Oh, at an angle.
At an angle. Almost like it is fluttering away from me, not towards me.
Okay.
Right, so the foam. So again, this foam, these big 10-metre rolls came out at the same time as this because not only are they the perfect width, but what you can also do with these is they go round that circle, that corner, absolutely perfectly. So you don't need to keep cutting bits off. It just goes round absolutely perfect every single time. Now, when you get to that bit, you need to make sure that there's no space there. You don't want to be losing any of your sequins. So I'm doing this as 2 separate ones. You don't have to. If you want to just put your foam all the way round and just have one shaker element over both wings. You absolutely can. But also remember, you don't have to use this as a shaker element at all. If you just want a big, beautiful butterfly on your card, then, you know, you don't need to use the acetate and sequins. But look, if I'm popping that down, you can't see none of my foam coming through. It just sits on there beautifully. So let me leave 1, 2, 3 of those little butterflies out. And then I'm just gonna pop a couple on each side of these that we've just cut out. And then I'll bring in my sequins as well. So this is how I always do it. I always put my sequins on here and then I bring this to it. I find it's the easiest way.
Do you ever do double acetate so that you can make it sealed?
Yes.
That's another good way of doing it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
So you can then actually put your sequins into the little chambers that you've created, put acetate on the top and then stick that on the card.
Yeah, yeah.
Different ways to do it, isn't there? Lots of different ways. There's never a wrong way.
That's it.
Different ones.
And that's the good thing about this. It does allow you to be able to create these in many different ways. So making sure that...
I like those iridescent ones because they just pick up all the colours around them, don't they?
They really do. Absolutely. They're my favourite. So...
Now, did you deliberately start your foam tape not at the bottom?
No.
Because something I was always taught is never start your foam tape at the bottom because then, because you've got that join, if it's at the bottom, it could come undone. Whereas, just like you've done, you've naturally started and finished your foam tape near the top. That means you're less likely to lose your sequins.
That makes sense.
See, you did it automatically without even...
Without even thinking, oh, look at that. I really should have said yes. Yes, I did. I knew what I was doing. So just, again, making sure that my sequins are not going to touch any of that foam tape and then pop it on. Make sure you give it a press all the way round. A nice, good burnish down. There we go. Give it a bit of a tap just to get them moving. And I've got some of those bigger ones in there and I've got the smaller ones as well. And then what I love about this as well is you've got that banner. So you've got the banner die.
Yeah.
You've got the banner stamp.
Yeah.
And you've also got all those sentiments which fit into that banner perfectly. So I've already done mine. I've already stamped it out. I've got enjoy your special day. I'm going to pop that across the middle in a minute. But what I'm going to do, so I've kept 3 of those out. So what I'm going to do with those is just looking for my tweezers. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue. I've swapped to this purely because it's a lot smaller and I can just really control where I'm popping the glue. So I just need a tiny dot in the middle. And we're going to just have these flutter, almost as if it's babies following mum. I don't even know if that happens with butterflies. It doesn't, does it? It does now.
There's a word for a group of butterflies, isn't it? And I can't remember what it's called now.
A group of butterflies is called horrifying.
Kaleidoscope of butterflies. Thank you, Charlotte. Really pretty. Sounds really nice, isn't it? Kaleidoscope of butterflies.
It does. Yeah.
Unless Michelle's in the vicinity and running in the opposite direction.
So I'm going to pop that on there. And all I've just done, I'm just popping 1 foam pad in the middle and then I just got my bone folder and I'm just curving those up. Again, it just adds that little bit of dimension, that little bit of movement to my card rather than having it flat down. I've got my 4 gems and I'm just going to pop one in each corner on this one. And then that last one on there, I'll just close that up. And then move all of my mess. But you can see beautiful shaker elements in there. So if I turn that round and stand it up, you've got that enjoy your special day.
I like that, and I like that you put the yellow on the backing, because if you'd have put it straight onto the pattern paper, you'd have lost some of that impact, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
it really
definitely.
works.
Definitely.
Absolutely gorgeous. Now, what Michelle has done there with the butterfly, you could do with the mason jar, the perfume bottle, what else did we have? The daisy, all of them. They'd all work in exactly the same way. Now, lots of you did really well on that game as well. Our Grace says, no, she's not going to give me any comments as they go through. There we go. She said it was a good game. Rosalind did well. Sarah Brown did well. So did Sam McDonald. Ords 29. Barbara are all doing really, really well. Marcy, oh, thank you. She said she liked my dress. Thank you very much. Oh, I told you about Shelley. Tim C, love this card so far, Michelle. I have all the shaker card dies, but only so far done the perfume one. May have to give the butterfly one a go now. Yes, please do. Oh, James, oh, he's been very careful. I've got visitor. No, he's not coming on. He's not coming on.
He's very
like,
careful
no.
to avoid
Can
those
you get James
cameras?
on? And he's going, no. He's walking. He's very calm. Oh, James is very calm.
He is, isn't he?
He's a very calming influence.
Yeah, well,
Perhaps we
it's
need
all
him.
right. We'll soon change that.
I said, he walked past and I said, you coming on? No, he says. He just looks at me and goes, no. Brenda saying, splendid car. She loves the pretty blue. So there you go. Now, we have got a couple of little things we can show you. One of them is the Shimmer ink pads. Now, I am really partial to these, and I've done craft-alongs with these in the past. They are so versatile. You can heat emboss with them, you can blend with them, you can do whatever you want, but you're going to get that lovely, lovely pearlescent metallic effect. And we're going to give you these in raspberry. Now, I don't know if our Charlotte can show you those colours on there. You've got raspberry there. Look at that, that's gorgeous. You've got amethyst, tropic blue, you've got peach rose, so you're getting 10 in total. I'm going to do them in little bits. You've got lime soda, that's a lovely colour. They are so vibrant. Toffee apple, I'm going to just show you in here. Really, you can see it on the front, but I think you need to see that ink pad. Absolutely gorgeous. Frosty mint. Beautiful colour, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous.
They're so juicy.
They are really juicy, but don't they look lovely on your black as well as your white card?
Yes.
Sugar plum, starlit sky, and this has to be one of my favourite, Queen Bee. It is the most gorgeous yellow gold colour. Now these should be $5.99 each, $59.90, which is what you'd expect. But today we're going to give you them for £45 or $60. I've got my contact lenses in. I'm trying to learn how to make my contact lenses work for me. So yeah, but platinum price today is going to be £36 or $48. Absolute bargain. £3.60 each. $4.80, which is a brilliant, brilliant price. Okay, I've got something else to show you that our James just brought me, but before I do that, we're going to have a go of round 2 of the game. So, it's 5-all so far, same as the score that a lot of you have got. Let's see if it's going to get any more difficult or whether we're going to have a draw. I like it when we have a draw, because more people get prizes. So, come on then. Is it Dean or Charlotte showing us? Charlotte shows us. I know. Ooh. Right, I'm going to have to just come near the screen because I can't see a thing. I can't see a thing. Sorry if you get close up of me.
Oh yeah, just my head, look at that. Oh, I don't know what that is.
That's a big Gemini too.
That's huge.
Ooh. Go on, then, give us a clue. I don't know what that one is.
I think I know what it is, but I think, is that too obvious?
Come on then, give us a clue. I just realised what it is. Because the person's got their back to us.
Can we turn him round?
I don't know whether that'll work. I'm coming up with... apparently you're all getting in the comments. It won an Oscar.
That's not any sort of clue.
For best script. Oh, you obviously know this. Are these clues written down, or you know these?
You see, the film I thought it was, I think it's an 80s film, so I think it's the Gemini that's throwing me. Is he cheering? Is he throwing the Gemini?
I think it's a cheer.
I have not got a Scooby.
You're not putting anything down? Rocky?
You see, now I thought it was Rocky, but I thought that was an 80s film.
70s and 80s and 90s and 2000s.
You see, now that's just a confusing clue.
There you go. Oh! This one's easy.
I should go with my gut in future and not Dean's rubbish clues.
This isn't The Sound of Music, is it? Shrek. Oh, I know this one too. 8, I know this one. I'm not telling you what number it is.
No.
No. No, we're just going to give you the name. Toy Story.
I think, is it the second or the third one though, isn't it? It's not the first. It's where they go to the toy shop, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. Very, very good film. Very, very good film on lots of different levels. Oh, I know this one too.
Oh. I know someone who looks like him.
Yes.
She's a she, so I'm not naming her.
You ready? Oh, that's a nice easy one.
I like this.
Number 10.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
Oh, it's... No. Oh.
He's very cute though. What's the clue? So the title of the film is
on there.
Gemini 2.
Moon. Oh.
Oh.
I'm just getting close.
Oh!
Yes!
Well, I had robots down because Charlotte said it's literally written on there. So I thought, well, they're robots.
I'm not sure. I don't know whether it's.
I don't remember how it's spelled on there.
I couldn't see on there. I couldn't contact.
I've moved since then.
Wally. I put Wally. 10-9. Well, there you go. Today I have done Facebook proud. I can't really admit to that because it was not a difficult, overly... Oh, clean that in a minute. Absolutely fantastic. So, our Grace will find 5 names that have been commenting from Facebook. She'll send those through. We're going to have a quick break and hopefully by the time we come back, she will have the names and then 5 people who have commented on Facebook will be able to claim a prize on Monday morning when our office reopens. So, while we have a break, I don't know what this is. This Ben's? Oh, this is Craig and Becky Swan. I've not seen this. Let's have a look.
Our craft experts come from all over the UK to HQ up in the northeast, and here they are telling you a little bit about where they're from and what it's famous for.
So I'm from a beautiful town called Carnoustie. So many people may recognise the town as a golfing town, famous golfing town. We get lots of big golfing events. I can't say that I'm a golfer myself, but we do get a lot of the celebs, golfers, musicians, actors, all of these turning up at the town. For those that aren't into golfing, what I would tend to say is it's sandwiched in between Arbroath and Dundee, so we are quite far up. I love my town, I love where I am now. However, I will say one of the main things that I miss about my hometown, apart from my family and friends of course, have to say that, otherwise they're going to watch this and be like, where's our mention? It is of course the beach. You know, we're right on the River Tay, we've got the gorgeous beach, the sand and the sea. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the one thing that I always make a beeline for as soon as I arrive back home for a little visit.
I was brought up in Colnbrick, which is a little village near Slough, so it's not very exciting, but we do have the third oldest pub in the whole of the UK there, and it's where the Cox's Pippin apple was first invented or first discovered. But I moved to Chiswick in West London about 25 years ago, and I've lived there ever since, and I love it. It's full of, I wouldn't necessarily say celebrities, but TV stars, so it's quite good for celebrity spotting when you're having a cocktail on the high road.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much. Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Mosby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You right?
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some.
I love your hair in that video.
The red.
Absolutely, long and red. That's amazing.
Yeah, so different.
I forget your hair now. So that sounded really odd, but I really...
You look rubbish now, Michelle.
Yeah, don't like it now. Yeah, no, not at all, not at all. But it always makes me stop because I've never known you with hair like that.
No.
That was before I joined. It's beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, we have some winners. So hopefully our Charlotte can put the strap on the bottom of the screen so that you can see where to claim your prizes. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's coming in. So you need to send us an email to prizes. There you go. There we go. We've got it down there. prizes@crafterscompanion.com. So you put that there. prizes@crafterscompanion.com. And our winners are Maggie Watts, Laura Tremlett, Amelia Sorocco, Rosalind Russell and Jackie Pickard. So there we go. Maggie Watts, Laura Tremlett, Amelia Sirocco, Rosalind Russell and Jackie Pickard. There we go. So congratulations. 5 ladies today. So please send us an email to the details that were on the screen, and we'll be able to send you a voucher on Monday morning. There you go. Maggie Watts, Sally Cripps says, hey up Corrine and Michelle, just woke up on holiday, so watching from Florida, going over to Disney Hollywood Studios today. Looking forward to it. Well, I bet you are, Sally. That's going to be so much fun. Maggie says it. She always cracks up when I say, just notice I have my dress on inside out. Yeah, there we go. I always try to check now. There we go. Terry Anderson says, so I was just reading it. Corrine, Garrett just woke up. First time he's been home for his birthday in 5 years. Could you wish Garrett a happy birthday? Of course we can. Happy birthday, Garrett. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day today, celebrating and enjoying. I hope you get lots of lovely gifts, and I hope you're spoiled rotten. Lots of nice things to eat, and if you get a birthday cake, send a piece this way. That would be lovely, please. So there we go. Happy birthday, Garrett. Yes. Okay, so I know I've had a question, because we said about making it educational, from Lindsay. We'll have a look at that in a few minutes. I think we're going to do a demo in a minute, and then I promise we'll go back to Lindsay's question, because I asked for questions and you've sent them in. Now, these ones we're going to look at next are our interchangeable scenes. They are so, so useful. So the first one I'm going to show you is Fairy Glade. Now, this might look like a single die, but it's actually 2 separate dies. There's a little join in the middle, and the same with this one, a little join in the middle. So you could have the toadstool with the leaves opposite. Oh, there we go. You could swap them around, and you could have the seed heads with this piece at that side. So you can swap those around. They will swap around either way. Now you've got these dies here. Now those ones are standalone dies, but these, there's a little break in the die at the bottom. So these 3 here all cut into your card so that you can create a border on the bottom so that you can put them behind your scene. And these are the sorts of scenes you can do. It's all about layering and concertina cards. So I love this, the little mushroom house and the seed heads, and then you've got the foliage. So you can make it depth, you can make that dimension. You're looking through that depth at your scene. As I said, this is Fairy Glade. The next one we've got is Country Cottage, and I'll show you some samples of these because hopefully they've given me one with the, oh yes they have. Well, looks absolutely gorgeous. And the final one we've got available today is Wonderful Woodland. I have picked them all up yet. So you've just got the 3 sets again. So you've got a square, you've got a rectangle, and you've got an oval as well. Now look at that. Cut that out of white, you've got some amazing Christmas scenes there, haven't you? You're going to be able to do it. And again, you've got the stag and the deer and the tree, all with the break in the dies at the bottom so that they cut into your card. So, same with the fox as well. And, there he is, the little bunny rabbit. You've got the birds as well. So the sorts of things you could be creating are scenes like this. So you can see that depth and dimension. But that's with a dome front, but if you wanted it, you could just layer it up like that. This is going to be the perfect opportunity for you to get your pens out. Now, this one, they've done the trees at the front, and the bare trees at the front, sorry, and then the foliage ones at the back. This way, we've done it the other way around. We've done the foliage trees at the front and the bare trees at the back. Now, I mentioned, got 2 stuck together, about the cottage. Now, if you want a nice, small little card, I say that's a 6x4 card, or if you want it a little bit bigger, you could have it 7x5. Because they're cut into your card, you can have them whatever size you want. And then your Fairy Glade, you've got, this one here, we've got the diorama on there. Absolutely gorgeous. Does that open out? No, that just stands like that. Now, this one's been done with your watercolour mediums. So again, lots of different ways to use them. And then this one has been done, look at the colours on that, with the sparkle pens as well. So those are absolutely gorgeous. Lots of different ways. And I bet Michelle is going to show us something completely different on how to use these.
Well, I'll try.
You'll try, okay. Can't ask for more.
I'm going to use the Fairy Glade. This is my favourite one from this collection. I think you can get away with very fantastical colourings with this one, so it's definitely my favourite. I mean, you can do it like that, exactly sort of colour correct if you want, or you can really, really just be so creative with this one, so it's absolutely my favourite. So you can see, so you've got these two dies here, you've got that little mushroom house and those, I think are they poppies? They're poppy seeds?
Yes.
Poppy seed houses on that one. I'm going to pop those to the side for now because I want to use these two. And these two are just sort of that lovely foliage round the edges. So let me just pop that bit out. So I've got some gold cards, some just matte mirror from at home. So it's 8.5 by 5, and just on each side I've got a 1/2 inch tab because this front piece is going to sort of dome over my creation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these on. So I want to bring you this one in. So this is one that I've already done at home because this is going to go over the front. So this is 7 by 5. So if I just show you how it's going to sit in sort of differently, because this has got a dome. It's going to, I've got that extra sort of 1/2 inch on both sides combined. But what I want to do is I still want to place these in exactly the same place as I have done here. So whereas on these I've left sort of a border at each end. So let me show you what I mean. When I've popped this one onto this piece of card, I've left a 1/2 inch border.
Yeah.
Now, if I leave a 1/2 inch border here, it's going to sit in a different place. So when I layer it over, it's not going to lay it over exactly the same.
Right.
Doesn't matter so much because I am doming it a little bit. So all it means is that where I've left a 1/2 inch on each side of these, I'm just going to bring that in a little further than the 1/2 inch. So when you look straight down, they're all lined up
You
exactly.
can make it more or less than 1/2 inch.
So this one, because I've added that extra 1/2 inch where it's going to be a dome front, I don't want to put them 1/2 inch in.
Right.
I need to bring them just that little
bigger border, right?
Yeah. So let's tape them down. So if you wanting to make sure that they're exactly, just line this one up with here.
Very clever, yes.
And then I can just pop that in line with it. So you can see that's a bigger border.
It's quite handy using that one above, isn't it? That works really well.
So again, popping that on what I know is going to be the waist. And then bring a couple of pieces in. Again, let me just line that up. Oh. So you can see now, the sides has got a wider border, but the top is exactly the same. So let's pop that on there and then we will run this through. So I've got those 2 score lines at each side already scored, so I've scored and folded and burnished them, because when you run it through, it squashes it out a little bit. So then if I do that first and then run it through, I know that I'm just going to be able to fold and burnish them again. So let's pop. And you can see straight away from the back how beautifully it has cut all the way through. So let's just...
And if you separated it out, they're not going to, it's not all going to fall out straight away, but if you'd have got those dies touching, it would have just, almost that middle bit would have just popped out, wouldn't it?
Yes, yes, absolutely. That's what I love about these. These 2 dies you can have together, so they're touching, or you can have them as wide apart as your project is going to go, because then what you can do with the extra dies that you get in this collection, so you've got the fairy and you've got the mushrooms, you can really fill that middle bit in and create a huge scene, as much or as little as you want. So pop that off, and that one as well. And then I'm going to bring my ruler and my craft knife in.
Okay,
If you want to use your scissors, then use your scissors to sort of pop that edge off. But I always use this. I just find it easier to do it this way. So just, there we go. And then that bit as well. There we go. So now we can just pop that out.
Pops out beautifully.
Pops out absolutely lovely, it really does. I love these dies. So let's just give those another burnish. And then what I'm going to do now is, so I'm going to pop that to the side. So what I've got here is I've got one already cut off, and I included the the little toadstool on mushroom because
Did you cut that at the same time then?
I did. I put that in together because that hasn't got a cutting element at the bottom. So when you run your two side dies through, you can either include that then or cut these out and then run it back through with that one in. But it's if you just pop a faint pencil line on your piece of card, it's very, very easy to line those up. So what I'm going to do is that's got a bit of acetate on. It's just to give it strength, so when I build them up, you can see you've got that lovely gold coming through the back, and then I've got that, and then I'm going to pop this one on, and this one's going to dome. So really building that scene up. But before we do that, I've just got a card base here, and it's 7 by 5, so I've got a side fold. But what I'm going to do before I pop this first one on, I'm going to use some of my Shimmer inks because they work beautifully on black card. We're going to pop some on. We're just going to give it a little bit of colour so it's not flat when I build that scene up. So, and again, I don't need to be too careful or precise because when I pop that on, you know, it's going to cover lots of those edges up. So I'm just going to add some green. And again, just looks so different on the black.
Yes.
As to if I was popping it on white. So I'm not being careful. All those little sort of swirly marks that I'm getting, I'm quite happy with those. Because again, it's sort of adding to the effect of the card that I'm making. So just adding it so far up, and then I've got my, so this is the lime soda.
It's so vibrant, isn't it?
It really is. It absolutely is. And if you're not sure if you're happy with how it's going, bring your piece of card in, pop it over, and actually now, I mean, you can't pick that up so much. It's looking fabulous.
Oh, I can see that, yes.
There you go. So add a little bit more, and then I'm going to bring in that lovely purple. So this is the amethyst. I'm going to do exactly the same. Don't need to worry about going all the way to the edges. Or what you could do as well is, because these heat emboss beautifully,
yeah,
you could put your clear embossing powder over the top and then heat emboss. And because of the way I'm popping it on, you're going to get powder's going to stick to certain bits a little bit thicker than in other places. So again, you're going to get a real mystical background effect going on. Let's look at that purple with the...
Oh, yeah.
So it looks an absolute mess like that, but actually, when you pop that on, you can see the effect that I'm sort of going for.
Looks like a stormy night, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. I'm going to just add a little bit more green where they're meeting, just to blend them over. I don't want a sort of solid line. And again, because it's that beautiful shimmer ink, they blend together beautifully. Right, and then so I'm quite happy with that. So we're going to build this up now. I'm going to pop her behind there, just perfectly in place. So if you are doing this, you definitely make sure that your shimmer inks are dry to allow her to stick. You don't want to see how what I mean. Let me use tacky. just purely because my ink isn't dry yet. That shimmer ink's going to take longer to dry as well. So let's pop that on there.
How quickly do these inks dry, Brenda's asking?
So you can fast dry them if you've got your heat tool, give them a dry. I honestly do not know.
I would say they're probably touch dry within half an hour, you know.
I would hazard it a guess,
dry,
yeah.
if that's the better word.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you've had to put her on because you've got the acetate on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I could have put her on there, absolutely, but I wanted all those different depths on there, so that's why I've put her straight on there. But that tacky glue, as long as I don't touch that now, it should grab lovely.
So this would make a beautiful shaker, wouldn't it?
It would. You could put, because I've got two sort of layers, and then I've got that dough, you absolutely could do two shaker elements. So popping definitely behind here. Should I do it?
Go on, put some.
I've got some.
You
I've
just
got
had
a
some
mirror,
a few minutes ago, didn't you?
I've got these.
Yeah.
Let's pop
That looked
those.
really good.
Let's just pop a few on, she says, as she puts the entire bag on there.
Although the ink's still damp, they won't stick to them.
No.
Because the ink's not strong enough to... It's not a glue, is it?
No, no, definitely not. Right, so let me just line that up. There we go. Give that a shake.
Oh, yes, I like that.
Right, and then the black. So we're
what element are you wrapping your dome round?
So I've got another piece of black card, which actually, if you've got some of your nesting dies, you could cut that element, you know, the middle out.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to do it quickly in a minute, just by hand.
All right.
Just with my knife, craft knife. Just with my knife. It made me sound like Jason or something like that, didn't it? Although it is getting to Halloween.
It is, isn't it?
It's not far away now, is it?
Halloween month now. Well, tomorrow.
So pop that one on. And again, I could put shaker bits behind that one as well. And then, so this one, because it's going to sort of, this is going to pop around it, I'm not too worried about using a nesting die. What I am going to do is I'm going to use my my ruler. You've got all those lines on it, so they're going to come in very handy to be able to cut a lovely straight aperture. If you've got our Violet Studios,
oh, the paper trimmer.
Paper trimmer, you've got the ability to create your apertures with that. Mm-hmm. But if you're more comfortable using sort of a craft knife and ruler, again, there's no right or wrong way. But because I'm following that same line on my ruler all the way round, I know that I'm going to get a lovely, nice aperture. And simple, quick and simple. And then, so just that last little bit there, just to trim it away. And then I've got that lovely aperture. So I'm just going to pop that round there.
That was very quick to put together.
Yeah, yeah. This one is going to glue flat to this, so I don't need to worry that it's not got enough stability. If you are worried if this one's got enough stability, you can always bring in another piece of acetate, but because I'm gluing it flat here, it really, really doesn't matter. So let's pop tape just down that side and that side. And then let's pop that right up to there. There we go. And then that one in there. So just pulling it over to allow for that dome. Mm-hmm. And then actually, no, I'm all right. Just deciding on which glue I'm going to use. So let me close that bit first. So there, I have got my dome. And then now all I need to do is bring this in and we're going to pop that down. So I'm going to pop the glue onto this bit, because what I've done is I glued the underside of this and the top side, whereas really I should have just glued one side of the top side. But again, as long as it all comes together and it doesn't look an absolute mess, it's okay. So that's the right way up, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't want to pop it on upside down.
So it's your frame that you've attached?
Yeah, yeah. So that black frame at the back, just gluing that bit down, and this is going to give me that dome front at the middle, or at the top, sorry. So can you see what I mean by how I've glued that top bit down, but actually it's just giving me a bit of a different dome effect. And then if you want to, I've got, here they are, just a couple of these elements that you can pop onto that bit of acetate there. You could pop a couple up the sides if you wanted, which I think I'm going to do, just to add a little bit more decoration on that front, bringing in my dotty. Do have a sentiment. It is making its way to the other side of the desk, but I can see it.
Oh, I always do demos and then find half the demo left on the table.
Always, always. And then I've got that happy birthday. So this actually, I'm not sure where I'm going to pop it. I was going to pop it on there, but actually...
I like to, you just put it on the corner, that looks
Yeah,
nice.
I was just thinking, actually, I quite like that, because I could tuck it right under if I wanted to. So I think I'm going to do that. So I've just tucked, actually, let me just snip that element there.
Is it in the way?
Means I can tuck it just a little bit further up, and that's coming over it, so which is, I quite like that. So I've got happy birthday. It's now a shaker element. A bit of a different dome on the front than I was going for, but it still works, so not to worry. But I love, just, you can build up so many different scenes, and because my glue round that fairy hadn't quite dried, because what I did actually, I used my normal tape pen and not my dotty, so I've got some little snotty elements that, you know, haven't quite wiped off, but actually, because it's making those sequins stick to her, I don't mind that at all.
Absolutely gorgeous. Different ways to use our interchangeable scenes. Now, I did say we'd do some questions. I think, are we doing a break, did you say? We're going to do a quick break, and as soon as we come back, I've got 3 questions, and I'm going to fire those over to Michelle. So, quick promo video, and we'll be back in 3 minutes.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Should be coming in. Should be coming. What does she do? Exactly how he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the product.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
Feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Hello and welcome back. Right, now I said we'd answer your questions, so let's have a go. I've got three that I want to get through, three main ones. So Lindsay says, my question would be, what are your favourite card bases? Do you tend to stick to certain styles? And any tips on how to make my cards more eye-catching using paper pads and the pictures on the pads? What would you say to that, Michelle?
Oh, so I've gone through every card base I think available, but I like to put lots on my cards. So I like a nice solid base. So I like the ones where you've got sort of those pillars or those little towers.
Oh, yes.
You can pop them on all sorts, but I think, because I like to put a lot of stuff on my card, definitely a more is more kind of girl. I like the ones where I've done them a few times in the past, sort of you've got either a pillar at each side and then you can either put acetate on the front, add more stuff, but I think definitely something with a bit of substance.
Yeah, okay. You see, I'm very much about a 7x7 square card. That's my favourite card base. Obviously, we've now got the template library. The template library now gives you access to hundreds of different card shapes, but I have to admit, 80% of the time I'll go for something like a 5x7 or a 7x7. I love that. Now you see, I'm the opposite to Michelle, is I like white space. I like less is more. So this is why it's really good to have two people here, you know, and to do different things. But how to make your paper pads more eye-catching? For me, my action would be is keep your mats and layers slim. I think if you go too chunky, they don't look as nice. 1/4 of an inch between each side so that you get 1/8 of an inch around the edge, I think, for me personally, is plenty. And you said about more eye-catching using the paper pads and the pictures. Yeah, you don't have to use a corner. If there's a bit that you like in the centre, cut that out and use that. But then also think about where it's going to be. So if I just grabbed a card at random. So if you've got a card like this and you've got some detail down this side, think about what bit of your card paper pad is going to be showing on this side and make that, focal that bit up. And don't worry too much what's behind here because it's covered.
Yes.
So pick the bit of your card that's going to be most visible and put the main bit of your pattern just there.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say to that. So I hope that helps, Lindsay. That's the first one. Let's see if I can find the next one. The next one was, I know I've got one. Susanna says, what is the best way to stick a stencil down whilst using it so it doesn't move?
So again, I know we all do that differently, but if I'm using a stencil, I tend to put a bit of, see, I saw Leanne do this. I put a bit of tape at the top So I've got my card here. I'll put my stencil over, either sticking my stencil to the piece of tend to stick it to the piece of card, and actually just tape it at the top. So if I'm sort of inking through it, if I want to make sure that it's okay, I will lift it up, almost like a flap. I can lift it up, check that everything's okay, and then I pop it back down. I know lots of people like to use that spray, but I don't. I'm definitely, I pop a bit of tape on the top to secure it to my piece of card that way.
Now you see, I love stick and, which one is it? It's the purple lid. Stick and stay?
Stick and spray.
Stick and spray. Is that the one?
Yes, stick and spray.
Stick and spray. I like that because Michelle's got it there so she can show you. The reason I like that is because it sticks down the detail. So I find that especially if you're using things like glitter, a wet medium, it doesn't slide underneath.
Yes.
But what I would say with that is less is more, because if you put too much on, it doesn't become permanent, but it can take the top of your, or it can leave little glue dots on your card. So really, really light spray, let it 30 seconds and pop that down. So that is how I would do that. But you can either do it with a little bit of masking tape or washi tape, or you stick and spray. And I knew there was a third one. Michelle, could you give us tips on masculine cards? A few of us have drawn blanks at what we should make. And that's from Hannah Gosling-Smith.
Oh.
Masculine cards are...
Yes,
you
masculine.
either love them or struggle with them.
That's it. I think my main tips for a masculine card is keeping it simple. So I don't think any fancy folds or anything like that. I think either a DL, 6x6, 5x7, 8x8, something like that. Our plaid pads are perfect for that, even sort of the pinky orangey tones ones, because they're more of a masculine pattern. But I also find on lots of our paper pads, actually, the reverse side, so the B side, because it's a much more toned down of the A side, I find that you can get lots of sort of masculine cards out of those.
Texture. Embossing folders. Embossing folders are my go-to for masculine cards. I just think we've got, you've got dots, you've got zigzags, you've got all those things that you can make it to look like steel if you emboss, mirror card, that sort of thing. Texture is a really, really great one. But then just think twine, buttons, stars, all those sorts of things, so you can still put embellishments on, but just keep them that little bit more simple. I like doing things with pennants, the bottom zigzag, like the tails of your ribbon, little pieces of card cut like that. Again, it's about adding texture. Again, I would probably be keeping it simple, not necessarily the white. I like the colour in the masculine cards, but keep it simple, but then just add in texture where you can. I think really, really works. Black with gilding wax works. Craft card with masculine cards really works as well. So just a few little tips. If we think of anything else to answer to any of those whilst Michelle's doing demos, we'll fire them at you. But that sort of got us thinking. If any of you have got any more hints and tips for any of those three ones, stencils, brilliant card-based shapes, and masculine cards, if you think of those, either now or in one of the later shows, then please fire them through. And Anne Cagle says, I've already given up cleaning my bedroom. I knew I shouldn't have tuned into CTV when I was in a cleaning role. There you go. There we go. I'm not going to comment on that. Yes, there we are. Right, so we just want to show you this one. This is our night before Christmas. So this is a collection we've got. So this is your pine tree edge. I'm loving this because it cuts into your card. And look at that. Not just Christmas. You can be able to use so many there. You've got music and swirls. You've got decorative frames. You've got a lovely stamp set, and you'll have seen this St. Nicholas appear in lots of projects. Another stamp set is the Christmas Eve, which is beautiful, and also the stockings by the fire. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? And a really, really useful one is your festive foliage. So those are the bits that we've got left of that. I quickly showed you, you've got different ways to use these. You've got those pine trees with the St. Nicholas. as we were saying about focusing on your paper pads. So instead of putting that in the middle, put it over to the side so St. Nick can go to there. That music and swirls is going to work all year round. Let me find one more. Oh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really pretty card. Now, I've not got a clue what Michelle's doing with this. I haven't seen her prep for this one. So, over to you, Michelle.
So I have the embossing folder from this collection. It's not available in this collection that we're bringing you today, but I'd already done my prep with it, so I want to show you how you can use it. Even if you don't have this particular embossing folder, it can work with any other kind of folder that you've got that you've maybe has got an aperture or something like that. So I've got a piece of card. It's 7.5 by 5.5. And what we're going to do is I'm going to bring my plates in and I'm going to quickly run this through for you. So it's obviously twice the width of this embossing folder. So I'm going to line that up at the edge there and I'm going to pop it on. So again, this is going to work for any dies that you've got that you want to line, embossing folders, sorry, that you want to line more than one up. This is perfect because it's that window. You don't just have to use one. You've got the ability to have those two windows on that house front, which is going to look fab. So, so peeling that off, you've got that beautiful window there. So if I take this off, and again, if you've got other embossing folders that you want to do this with, you absolutely can, because you're just going to line it up. So I can see that my brickwork ends, sort of 1/4 of an inch in. So I'm going to bring this 1/4 of an inch in. So then my brickwork is going to just hit it perfectly. So I can see with it closed now, I need to move it in just a tiny little bit more, but making sure that I'm keeping it nice and straight at the bottom as well. And then I'm going to pop that back on and run it through. So again, the great thing about the embossing folders is you can see through them. So when you're wanting to line them up like that, it's quite easy. It's a lot easier than you would think it is to do. So let's pop that there. And if I pull that off very carefully, you can see that they fit together lovely. So what I'm going to do is I've got my Sandstorm water reactive ink pad. I'm going to bring that in and we're just going to go over that beautiful brickwork and really make it pop out. So I'm going to keep going all the way round until I've got...
Beautiful.
I just looked up and saw the time, so I thought I'd hurry up. So, but you can see it brings it out absolutely beautifully. And then what I'm also going to do, so is I'm going to bring in this, and then I've got this stamp set. So what I'm going to do is, whether you've got this embossing folder or another one, we're going to line that, I'm just looking for an ink pad. We're going to line this up behind it. So I'm going to bring in, so behind those windows, those apertures, I'm going to bring this in, I'm going to tape, oh well, we're not going to tape it down. I'm going to pop those on there. And then I'm going to get my stamp and I'm going to roughly pop it there. And then I'm going to bring this in, line it up and see if I'm happy with the placement. I'm not, I want to move it across a little bit. So almost checking to see, as I'm looking through my window, if I've got the placement of that where I want it, and I have. So I'm going to bring in, so I've got my stocking and the corner of that fireplace, and I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to pop my stocking there.
Well, that works well.
Yeah, I'm going to line it up. I'm going to, happy with that placement. So when you're happy with that placement, let's pick those up and then stamp or ink. So I've brought in my rustic brown.
It's nice sometimes not to use a black ink, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's that tree and the stocking. I thought the rustic brown is a little bit nicer, it's less harsh. So just missed a little bit of my stocking. So let's just go back in with that and pop it down. So I'm now going to take my Christmas tree off and my stocking off, because what I want to do is I want to bring this in now. So this is that fireplace.
Ah, yeah.
I need it to overlap a little bit. I want the stocking to look like it's in front of the fireplace. So all I've done is I've stamped it onto some of our masking tape, and we're just going to cover that up.
Just protect it.
Yeah. So then when I come in with this, I can just line it or lay it over just that little bit. So then when I do stamp it back down, the stocking is going to be in front of the mantelpiece rather than all melded into it.
And that's the brown again.
Yeah, so I'm using the rustic brown again. So happy with that. So now when I peel this off, you can see that my stocking is hanging in front. So let's pop that off. So there's two reasons that I use the rustic brown. One, it's so nice to change the colour up from the black. But let me just pop that there. It matches, it ties in with the card that I'm doing. I'm not necessarily going to colour this in. You absolutely can if you want to, but I'm not going to, because I've got some craft card. I'm going to pop this on here, and then I'm going to pop that on the front. And what I've got is, instead of, you know, the black and white card, I've got these lovely, what's that colour? What's it called? When
Ombre?
When it's your browns, like a sepia.
Yeah.
I've got sort of a sepia colour card going on, because those are my browns as well. So then what we're going to do very quickly is we're going to glue this down. Now this would be a perfect man's card for Christmas, because you've got all those sepia browns, things like that going on. So popping that on there. So again, I don't need to worry about that, because you're not going to see the edges of it once this is popped on. But don't forget, you've got the that scar line there, which allows you to open those windows on this.
Oh, Terry Anderson's loving your ideas, and she's got all of these bits, so she's going to have a go at doing this. She saved the show to her YouTube folders.
Oh, love it. Love it. So just bringing those open a little bit again adds that shadow. When that shadow hits behind again, it adds all that dimension for you. So remembering not to glue, if you're using a tape pen, those windows shut. Obviously, if you want them shut, then by all means glue them shut. So pop that on. So this is exactly the same size as my craft card. I didn't want sort of any real border going round. I just wanted it to look like the front of a house. And then that fabulous die set, let me bring it in, I can't find it. This one. You've got that bow and you've got all that foliage in there. So that's what I've done. I've just cut out a couple of the bows in red. And these are just going to sit here. So I'm going to bring in my dotty. Bring in my tweezers as well, make it a little bit easier on myself. Pop that one there. And then that one under there. And then I've got this foliage. Foliage.
Oh, yeah.
And then very carefully with my tape
that works
pen.
really pretty, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just absolutely, I love it. It's just that little bit of foliage in that die set is one that I use so much. I think it's just absolutely lovely. So I'm not even sure what paper I used. It's patterned on the back and obviously green on the front, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. Got a lovely little, I'm going to call it a sweet corn then.
Okay.
A lovely little sweet corn.
Brown and rotten.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to pop a couple more on, obviously time-wise I can see It's
Charlotte's saying, what is the brown thing, Michelle?
it's a
fir cone.
That's it, pine cone. Couldn't think of what it was called.
Brown thing.
I've got sweet corn stuck in my head. It's definitely not a sweet corn. So yeah, brilliant for a man's card. Maybe not the bow in the middle. If you want to make it a little bit more male, he might want a black bow or a velvet bow. I don't like that there. Let's pop this last one on there. And I do, there we go, season's greeting. So I've got my sentiment. So you can see I have kept it nice and simple. It's almost like I knew someone was going to ask about a man's card.
Yeah.
So season's greeting, so that's going to pop that in the middle. So this is still going to come up a bit. If you wanted to sort of tuck it behind, there we go. You absolutely can.
There we are, perfect.
But then if I turn that round and just stand that up, a nice, almost traditionally type of sepia
Absolutely
colour.
gorgeous. We are loving that, really beautiful. Michelle, can you line up your 4 makes for us, please? Because our Grace is going to have to count really fast. Grace, I hope you've had your coffee and you're ready to count nice and fast. So we still have some, just going to vote for demo of the show. Did they do demo of the month? Yes,
we didn't.
Last week? No, so we're going to be doing it tomorrow, are we?
I think so,
Even though it's the first of the month.
Yeah.
There's a lot up there to say if they hadn't, so there we go. Okay, right, we've got 4 there, have we, Michelle?
Yeah.
So let's have a look.
Right, number 1 was those Baroque border dies. That was number 1. Number 2 was the shaker die.
Yes.
Number 3 was that builder scene.
Yeah.
And then number 4 is the one that I've just done with 'Twas the Night.
Brilliant. 1, 2, 3 or 4. If you could all vote nice and quickly, our Grace will count those up and we'll do this. Now, I did remind you, are we doing that next? That's on this, which one are we doing? The concertina, right. Now, this is our weekend wonder. Weekend wonders. So, you know, whenever you've got weekend wonders, look at this down at the bottom, double points. This should be £42 or $50, but not today. You're going to get it for £33.60 or $40. I'm going to pick one up for you. I'll pick up, see if I can get one. So, how these work, oh, now that's the toppers. Let me see, I'm going to have to turn this around. There we go, it's here. So, how you get this is it's a 2 sheet for each card. So, you're going to get it says 508 pieces in each one, 20 cards. So you're going to get 20 card bases and 20 sheets of toppers. And this is pre-scored, it's foiled, it's laminated, it's absolutely gorgeous. So you just fold backwards and forwards. I'm going to do this one. Onto here, that's going to go just like that. There's loads of different ways you can fold this. Oh, and I forgot to fold onto there. You fold the reverse on, can't do it upside down. No, not there, Corrine, it's there and there. I'm folding it the wrong way, trying to show you quickly. I'm going to do this and show you afterwards because I'm doing it all wrong. Ah, there we go, I've got it. So that one's going to go forward and that one's going to go back. So they've got the reverse. There we are, look. They fold up nice and small into a 4x6. There we go, you've got that, and then you've got all of the toppers that you could need and a lot left over. So you've got Joys of the Season, which is the Christmas one. So you've got all of those on there. And then you have got Everyday Occasions, which has got sort of a lot of, I can see flamingos, cakes, presents, balloons, florals, absolutely gorgeous. Again, 20 cards in there, 20 cards, oh, and we've got a winner, 20 cards in the Christmas one as well, but I can promise you, you're going to have a lot of toppers left over. £33.60, $40 if you're platinum and double points. And I've just completely displayed the thing. So, demo of the show, and I can't remember which one this one was, I think I do, is Demo 3, please, Michelle.
The scene builder, thank you very much.
Absolutely gorgeous. We are loving that. Thank you. So we've just got 1 minute left, just time enough to let you know that at 3 p.m. I have to think about that. That's 10 a.m. East Coast, 7 a.m. Pacific time. We will be back with a masterclass, and the masterclass is all about. Is that the what's the masterclass all about?
Scenes of light.
Scenes of light. Oh, I don't know these very well.
No, I don't.
Oh, this is going to be really interesting. I did see that. Scenes of Light. If you come back and watch us at 3 p.m, we're going to tell you all about this collection. So that's going to be so much fun. But then don't forget to stay tuned for 6 p.m, which is 1 p.m. on the East Coast, for that amazing craft along later. And I know that our Stephanie's back with us, which is going to be great because I was with her when she came and did a craft along quite recently. So please have a lovely morning, afternoon, wherever you are, for the next 2 hours. Michelle and I will be back at 3 p.m. So until then, have a lovely time and we'll see you very soon. Bye.